So in today's Warthunder video, this video is basically going to be unscripted and just talking about Warthunder in general, because right now the new battle pass is out and well, it's not looking that good, because even though we have the M46 for France, and then we also go look at the battle pass for the boxes, you get the box, right? And then also you do get the little plane, which is the SP2C. Today, we actually have something interesting even after that. The War Bond shop now has been downgraded to where the top rewards, which would most likely be what you would go for, are only rank 2s. So yeah, this one's not even the new British one. This is still the American M4A5. Same thing with the BV over here, rank 2. So yeah, you no longer get a rank 3 premium through this battle pass. And if you want to see the difference, here you go. The last season right here, which has 7 days left, you get a rank 3 at least. And that's been a big thing for Warthunder. Like there's 8 ranks in the game now for ground, for example, and we were still getting rank 3 tanks, but now we get rank 2s, which to me at least is crazy, and I'm just like very disappointed in that even. But also there's something else to point out that's also very concerning as well for the battle pass challenges, and it's probably one of these things that people are going to overlook just because this battle pass challenge isn't insanely popular. But they've actually put in a challenge this go around to where you have to play ground SB. You see it right there, right? Available in modes, ground SB. We've never had that before. So you're telling me that to do this challenge now, I will be forced to play simulator. That to me is just crazy. And I know a lot of people already don't want to play like naval. Why do you want to force people in particular game modes whenever this challenge could easily be available for arcade and realistic and simulator all at the same time? I really hope this is a bug. I mean, hopefully that they update this, because this is insane. I mean, this one comes out on March 26th. But yeah, if this is a ground SB thing, that is crazy. And it's going to be one of those things that is heavily overlooked through this Warthunder Battle Pass, of where next season they're probably going to introduce more simulator challenges, just so the actual thing is a lot harder for normal people to get, which to me at least is just also very crazy. But next I want to talk about an interesting thing that we actually did on the YouTube channel. So I did a poll, 2 polls actually, where I went over the what would people want to see with a Warthunder Battle Pass vehicle. And funny enough, from the result of the first poll, people want to see new concepts. They want to see unique vehicles, which are actually cool. But it also brings up on the other end of the spectrum a very interesting point, which is people want to have vehicles that are rare. And honestly, that was a really good point someone actually brought up within those comments. Of on one hand, you want people to have access to pretty much everything. You don't want content to be time gated. You don't want it to be rare. You want it to have access throughout their whole Warthunder career. Because imagine if you started Warthunder today, you've missed out on 99% of the event vehicles that's ever came out, and most likely you'll never have access to them again unless you get random loot boxes, which I think honestly is probably one of the worst systems that ever came into Warthunder. And then also at the same time, you can go maybe to the Warthunder market and you see an IS-7 and it's like $2,000. And yeah, if you're rich, yeah, you can get it. But if you're someone who has an Xbox, you can't do it. You don't have the market. If you have a really crap laptop, I assume you really can't afford a $2,000 virtual tank that in probably 10 years won't exist, because Warthunder won't exist. So yeah, the problem that Warthunder had is that they did not find a way to sustainably introduce these vehicles back into the ecosystem. The only ways that they've ever did it is through gambling, which I mean, for me at least, is terrible. I can't believe that the Warthunder community just accepted it, to be honest, because we went through this whole era of how loot boxes were bad and how gambling is just bad. But you know what? If it comes to Warthunder, if it's an SL loot box, well, why not? It's free currency, right? You definitely can't just go buy it with real money. Whenever it comes to your SLs, there's people to do it, and it's kind of sad whenever they think they actually have a chance to get an IS-7 in those loot boxes, and then you see people who get one, and then it's like, oh yeah, bro, look at that, it's possible. To me at least, that's just bad. We should have never ever allowed this to happen. Golden Eagle loot boxes never should have happened. All of this stuff should have been something that was a big red flag to many of you when it came to, well, how are we going to get these vehicles again? Oh, gambling? Yeah, that's definitely a good option. Why not have reruns of events? Why not have the ability to have your battle pass be able to be bought, and then you can do it in the future if you don't have time to do it now? The idea of rare vehicles within Warthunder is such a stupid concept because they're not rare. If you think about it in this way, yeah, sure, you have an IS-7, but someone can go buy it right now with just money. Yeah, sure, you have a vehicle like the Object 279. Once again, you can just go buy it with money. You can even go down the spectrum. You have a rare vehicle like the VK4501, which was a vehicle I just requested from Gaijin, and they gave it to me because I'm a content creator, right? There's so many issues with just this idea that I have a rare vehicle, I should be the only one that has it. And to me, at least, it's just extremely sad that that's the way many of the Warthunder community thinks. They're like, oh yeah, you know, that rare vehicle that I got just because I was here at the perfect time and I was able to grind the game and I was able to do the actual task to do it. Yeah, I'm the only one that should benefit from that. That to me at least is just crazy. And at the same time, I understand some of you guys that are probably watching this video are about to write a comment about how I like my rare vehicles should stay rare. And while yes, I do agree, it is pretty cool to have a rare vehicle, but also at the same time, is it cool that you have a rare vehicle that makes a gameplay difference? For example, let's just look at the Panther 2 and the Tiger 2 105. Both of those vehicles can be on somebody's account that gives them a lineup for 7.0 Germany, but someone who starts the game today does not have access to that. Or that they just missed out on it. They don't have access to that at all. And that's a big problem to me. That's a gameplay difference. And like, here's also a controversial opinion I have about this whole thing whenever it comes to like the Panther 2 and a Tiger 2 105 and a Coelian, is that, well, yes, they might be fake vehicles, and that might be why Gaijin got rid of them. It probably is the exact reason why. The problem I have with it is that, well, for one, you left it on people's accounts, so they're able to still use it, just like the bush pack where you're able to buy the 6 stacks of bushes. Like, they could have refunded all those players who bought that, and you wouldn't have that problem to this day. And you still have the people who bought it, or who actually have access to those vehicles that can still play them. And then the thing that is just like insane also with that is they added vehicles like the F-16 for Japan, which never existed, which was a fake vehicle. So what is it? Is it like a pick and choose system of where you'll put in a fake vehicle if it actually helps out a tech tree, but if it was fake before, they have to be removed? Like, I don't like the inconsistencies at all whenever it comes to that, because it's just dumb. Like, yes, sure, you can view Warthunder as a historical game on one side, but the most important thing is to view it on the game side. The game matters more than anything whenever it comes to the historical. I mean, like, right now, you don't have access to a 7.0 lineup for Germany, but you do, technically, because they're hidden. It's crazy, and I don't know why that was ever a thing. So yeah, to end off this video, and probably some of you are either on one side of, well, you want to have rare vehicles, or you're on the other side of where you think that it should be possible. You should be able to grind out these event vehicles again. I'm personally on that side. Like, I really think Gaijin needs to actually do something to introduce systems to actually allow people to get vehicles again. I feel like the Warthunder market in itself has failed, in my opinion. I mean, I understand it is pretty good for some people. They're able to grind events, they're able to sell them, get premium account. I understand that, but at the same time, we're looking at a game now that has been going on for 12 years, and there's so many vehicles within the game that people just won't have access to. They won't have a single chance to ever play these vehicles, which to me at least is just sad. I mean, you have vehicles right now like the T18 Boarhound. Like, that vehicle is insanely busted, but no one plays it, or, well, there's not enough people playing it, so it never goes up in battle rating. Same thing with Object 279. Remember when the Object 279 was 8.7 and it was just running games whenever it was into a game? Yeah, you know, people said, oh, I want a heavy tank medal. That thing should never go up in battle rating. Finally, after so many people pointed it out that vehicle was busted, Gaijin actually put it up. The KV-1B, a pretty rare vehicle. I mean, not everyone has it, but it's a busted vehicle. It never goes up in battle rating. Like, I understand why some people want to keep these vehicles rare because, well, they're busted. They're good. Which, I mean, I don't really like blame you for. You want to keep that meta within your tanks, but at the same time, there's probably a ton of vehicles. Like, view it from this. There's probably a ton of vehicles right now. If, like, let's just say that you have the rare Panther 2. You probably don't have an IS-7. You probably don't have an Object 279. And I bet you would really love to play those vehicles. I really bet you would love to play vehicles that are rare as well as someone else that doesn't have the Panther 2. So, the thing that I think Gaijin needs to focus on, and it's not something that you can do just overnight to completely get everything on the same level. It definitely will start with something like the Battle Pass. They need to introduce the Battle Pass to where you can complete them after they're over, and also you can go back and do previous ones if you were not able to do the latest one that's coming out. Because there's so many vehicles that this can just like completely save from being extremely rare. It gives people options whenever a battle pass is bad. Like, for example, let's just say the next battle pass of the M46 is worse than the one that we have now. You could go back to a previous battle pass that, let's just say that you took a break from Warthunder, or that you took time away from the game, and you can do that one instead of doing the latest one. And then maybe by the time the next one comes out, it'll be better, and you're able to go to that one and just skip over the ones which you do not like. I feel like that is going to be an extremely good system to the game itself. I don't really like gambling. I think it's a terrible thing. And I really want to hear your guys' opinion on this because honestly, at the same time, this really doesn't affect me. Like I could easily just request vehicles. I can just buy them with on the Warthunder market. Like I feel like this is more of a thing that I want for the general community to have because it's just a better overall system for the game. And who knows, maybe it will make Gaijin more money, maybe it won't. But at the same time, being friendly to your players is always going to be better than pretty much making them enemies, which Gaijin has sadly done with this new War Thunder Battle Pass. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next War Thunder video.